The X Factor UK was an absolute staple of British television and had a huge impact in pop culture during its 15-year run from 2004 right up until 2019. The singing competition was talked about by just about everyone during this time, and even if you weren't a fan, you couldn't deny the grip it had on the nation. Hey everyone, Adam here, and I remember the show fondly and talking about it over the years that it was part of my life when I used to work at different jobs and talk about it with colleagues and family and friends. It was just a huge moment. And during its time, the show has gone on to create some huge stars with varying success from winners to runners-up. And here we're looking at some of the best performances from the entire show's run. They're not all from winners either though. Some runner-ups gave us some absolute classic performances that need to be discussed. So let's take a look at 10 best X Factor UK performances. Number 10, Tracy Cohen won. Now you have to remember that this was her week 1 performance of the live shows, and honestly, a winning performance right here. I loved Tracy, and I even loved her during her previous time on an earlier season, but unfortunately she didn't make it through to the live shows, and honestly, what were you thinking, Simon Cowell? Like, she was incredible then and you didn't put her through? However, in this time, she was the wild card to get through to the finals, and this performance proved why she belonged there. She styled amazingly here, and honestly, she sings so damn well. What a powerful voice. Taking on Mary J. Blige, and she kills it, while still bringing so much of that power she is known for to her performance. Honestly, this is one of the best covers of the song still today, and I wish we had a full version of it. Give it to me now. That big note she hits towards the end, that lives in my head forever. What a pure, soulful, gorgeous voice. She was eliminated in week 5 of the show, coming in at 10th place after a sing-off with fellow contestant Katie Wazel, which at the time was very controversial. Since the show, she starred in West End performances of Hairspray and The Lion King, as well as a short-lived reality show called Starstruck. But still, she has one of the best voices in my opinion, and I really hope she keeps singing. Number 9, Shawn Moore, This Woman's Work. Jumping back to 2015 now, and Shawn was such a special performer. I mean, the fashion was a statement piece with the heels and the dresses, and it really did mark when X Factor started to become more progressive after years of, well, not really being so. Now this song in particular is such a difficult song to sing. I mean, it's Kate Bush for goodness sake. But from the moment Shawn starts singing, my god, that beautiful higher range in his voice, it captures the vocalizing start wonderfully. It's such an emotional performance, and he captures all emotions in the song. Mark Ronson, who is sitting here next to Judge Nick Grimshaw, who obviously he helped to pick the final people going through in his category, he is looking at Shawn literally thinking this guy is talent, because he truly is. He looks fantastic and sounds incredible, and he really should have gone much further in the season 12 competition, but unfortunately was eliminated week 2 of the show and came in 10th place. After the show, Shawn went on to do a couple of more shows around the UK and a lot of Pride events, one of which I saw him in Brighton years ago, but he also went into Australia's 10th season of The Voice in 2021, and it's absolutely worth your time checking out his audition there because it's incredible and a 4-chair turn. Number 8, Ruth Lorenzo, Purple Rain. 2008 seems such a long time ago, but this is our Spanish powerhouse. This was a survival performance, and she was almost completely written off here. I mean, the mood felt like she was going home, and people are really disinterested, like in the audience people are just chatting, not really paying attention, and Ruth's energy to start with is pretty low, but then, oh my god, she kills it. That blast that comes in halfway through the song, I mean, you can tell this is the music that she loves to sing, and here she's in the song. That beautiful pop rock voice that she's got, that gorgeous vibrato and growl in her vocal. I often come back to this performance because it's just incredible. And a little anecdote here, she was my brother's favourite of this year and he was rooting for her to win. One of the weird things to watch was Simon Cowell being really sickly and flirty with her on stage as well. It was just really awkward, but Simon does that a lot during the series.
Well, there were 2 things I loved about that performance, and the singing was good as well.
She came 5th place in the 5th season of The X Factor, and she's still actually releasing music now. Her last album, Loverholic, was released in 2018, and she recently re-released the song Dancing in the Rain as an anniversary for her 10 years since she performed in the Eurovision Song Contest, where she represented Spain in 2014. You should definitely check out her performing Dancing in the Rain in 2014 in the Eurovision Song Contest because, wow, that performance is truly great. Number 7, Dalton Harris, Listen. This was 2018, and I mean, what can I say? Beyonce will always own this song, and I usually prefer female vocals on this, but wow. He totally shocked me with his vocal performance. I mean, he's always had such an impressive range, but my god, here, you need to have a special type of voice for this song, and Dalton has it. So much falsetto in this song, and so many surprises he throws in to show off that talent and vocal range. Just wow. He was the winner of Series 15 of the show, and strangely, his winner's single was a duet with previous show winner James Arthur with their cover of The Power of Love, which was never really a thing before. In 2019, he left Psycho record label, which will become a common thing as we go through the entries, and he went on tour with Johannes Redebe from Strictly Come Dancing this year, and also released a BBC documentary called Dalton's Dream, which is, quote, a Storyville documentary that takes an intimate look at the life of the X Factor winner Dalton Harris as he tries to build on his success and embrace his identity in the face of prejudice. This sounds incredible, and a lot more X Factor contestants should do stuff like this. Honestly, to have a deep dive into their whole experience, it's definitely worth checking out. Number 6, Lauren Murray, Home. Back in 2015, a dental receptionist with a big, bubbly personality walked out onto that stage for her first audition, and she just captured the nation. She was incredible. After a bit of backwards and forwards with the judges when they were deciding like which song she should perform, the last song she mentioned was Somebody Else's Guy, which Simon was like, yep, do that. And she did do a bit of a mess up to start with, but then when she started again, she absolutely killed it. And she went on just to give performance after performance. She was incredible. But her one performance in particular was Judges' Houses in front of Rita Ora and Meghan Trainor, and that was her covering Jess Glynne, Home. My god. I knew she was good, but this song, her performance on this, she blew me away. It's actually, in my opinion, better than Jess Glynne singing it. She belts it. It's just incredible. You can tell by Rita Ora and Meghan Trainor their faces. At one point, Rita Ora sits back because she's just like, wow, this girl is blowing me out of the stratosphere. She obviously got through, went to the live shows where she came 4th place in her run on season 12 of the show, and she is still releasing music at the moment with songs like Leave It, Out Out, and Take the Hint releasing last year in 2023. They're more upbeat, like dance type pop tracks, and I do wish that we got more of these belty big ballads from Lauren because her voice is incredible, but keep watching this space because you never know. I'm just pleased she's still releasing music. Number 5, Andrea Fatini, Earth Song. In 2014, someone stepped onto the stage and sang Michael Jackson Earth Song in the competition. And I mean, we're talking about Michael Jackson here. And this is one of the biggest anthems of all time. You have to be able to sing this song. There's so much to it. There's tenderness, there's vocalizing, there's emotion, and then there's the big belting towards the end. And our Italian Andrea has all of this. What a great build up to the blasting section we get towards the end. Andrea has the chops for this song, and a great choice for him by Mel B. Goosebumps. This was the vocal performance of the night, as stated by Simon Cowell, and he's absolutely right. He knocked it out the park. Good on you, Andrea. He has so many great performances in Series 11, like his audition song, Who's Loving You by the Jacksons. Just honestly, performance after performance, he knocks it out the park. He made it all the way to the finals, but he came 3rd behind FLIR East and Ben Here Now. He released an album in 2015, and he's still releasing music now. His last single, Voices, is available to listen to on all streaming platforms. Number 4, Shane Ward, Over the Rainbow. Alright, we're going old school here. We're going back to the second series of the show in 2005, and Shane Ward was a class act and he had it all. He had the look and he had the talent to back it up. He was definitely a crush of younger Adam watching at the time, and he had such a great vocal range. A great falsetto with a brilliant belt, and he was such a showman when he was on the stage. This performance is a great one. It shows off everything in his voice and gives that falsetto note at the end, which is just beautiful. Simon even says that this was the best vocal performance of the entire series, and it's definitely one of the best of his of all time. Shane went on to win Series 2 of the show and released his winner's single, That's My Goal. I remember working at Woolworths at the time when that was a thing, and I remember selling physical copies of the single to people that were piling in to buy it, because remember, physical singles, that was a thing. It's not my favorite winner's single, but it's very iconic for the show, and it held the #1 spot for 4 weeks. Over his music career, he's released 4 studio albums, but again was dropped by Psycho record label in 2011. I do have to highlight his cover of Nickelback's Gotta Be Somebody, which was an interesting choice, and he came back to the X Factor in 2010 to perform it live. You should definitely check out that performance as well. In 2015, he went on to star in Coronation Street in a long-running role, but he did leave the show in 2018. He released his last album in 2015 called Closer, which includes a slowed-down cover of the Sugababes classic About You Now. Definitely worth checking out that one as well. And you can now see him starring in the show The Good Ship Murder, so if you want more Shane, go and check him out there. Number 3, Sam Bailey, Skyscraper. Back in 2013, Sam Bailey killed it in her audition by singing Beyoncé, and that was just incredible. Check out that audition as well. And she continued to grow in the competition. Talent here right from the very start, and she only got better and better. So many choices to go with here, New York, New York also being a favourite. With Skyscraper, you can hear all of the vulnerability in her voice, and it's a stunning rendition. She gives you everything: belt, tender vocals, and range. Plus, she looks absolutely gorgeous in this outfit. Also, I need to quickly mention her duet with Nicole Scherzinger, because that, oh my god, that lives in my mind forever. I need to do a separate video on that alone, because wow, 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 wow. She was the winner of Series 10 of the show, and afterwards went on to release her cover of Skyscraper as her winner's single, which debuted at #1. Her debut album, The Power of Love, also debuted at #1 in 2014, and she made her mentor, Sharon Osbourne, godmother of her new baby daughter in the same year. In 2015, she announced on Twitter that she had parted ways with record label Psycho, and later went on tour with the musical Chicago in 2016 in the UK, playing, of course, the iconic role of Mama Morton. She released her last album, Sing My Heart Out, in 2016 under her new record label, Tiger Drum Records, and has since released covers of I Would Do Anything for Love, But I Won't Do That, and Edge of 17, the latter of which has a really bizarre animated music video that you should probably check out because, yeah, still love you though, Sam. Number 2, Matt Cardle, Nights in White Satin. Ah, Matt the Hat. Back in 2010, the nice down-to-earth guy Matt, who wore a hat for as long as he possibly could, walked in and auditioned for the show. He was clearly a musician and he knew great music, and he made great song choices throughout the series. With Danny Minogue as his mentor, it was a great match. But this song in particular, Unearthing This Classic, was a brilliant choice. I love that he chose to do his own interpretation of it rather than just covering it as it is. The ending works so damn well. The build is incredible, and it really shows off the talent and the vocal and just everything he has in that voice. It's one of the best versions of this song, and I love the production on this with the guitar and the strings behind him. It's just perfect. Matt went on to win Series 7 of the X Factor and released his winning single, When We Collide, a cover of the Biffy Clyro song Many of Horror. The name changed for undisclosed reasons, but a lot of talk around it was because the title of it having horror in it would have maybe put people off. Matt released an album in 2018 called Time to Be Alive and is currently on tour in the West End playing Shakespeare in the show called And Juliet. And number 1, FLIR East, Uptown Funk. Back in 2014, FLIR East gave a semi-final performance of Uptown Funk, and wow, FLIR knocked it out of the park. Like, oh my god, I loved FLIR from this year. She gave everything in her performances, so much dance and so much vocal. Her Thriller performance being one of her absolute best. You should definitely check that out as well. She's a performer through and through, and you can see all of that in this performance right here. Oh my god, I watched this again and again. The outfit with the golden jacket is genius, and the whole dance routine, that leg kick, it is amazing. Mel B's face at the end when she's standing up giving a standing ovation, she's literally just saying like, wow, how can anyone compete with that? I really do still think of this version as the version. This is the one I heard and gravitated towards. It's just incredible. Somehow, she was the runner-up of her season, and after her time on the show, FLIR was signed by mentor Simon Cowell's record label Psycho, and she released her hit Sax in 2015 from her debut album Love, Sax and Flashbacks. She was later dropped by Psycho in 2017, surprise surprise, due to poor record sales, and has since made appearances on UK shows such as I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway, and even competed on Strictly Come Dancing, where she went on to reach the final. She continues to make appearances on other UK shows, and is now the host on Strictly It Takes Two as announced in 2023. So there we have it everyone, my top 10 picks of some of the best performances from X Factor UK. But which ones do you love? Make sure you let us know down in the comments, and while you're there, give us a like and a subscribe, and also let me know if there are any other shows that you'd like me to cover. I've got a feeling that The Voice is probably going to come next, but do let me know. Alright, until next time everyone, I've been Adam, and take care.